What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here to discuss an NFL rumor, Arizona Cardinals rumor to be specific, on them potentially trading for Tee Higgins this offseason. Let's get into it, guys. So, I'm not gonna lie to you, this one is tough for me to make. I did my Tee Higgins prediction video a couple weeks ago. As soon as he announced he wanted to be traded, he demanded a trade from the Bengals. I did a video that same hour saying him to the Jacksonville Jaguars, rejoining, Trevor Lawrence, his former college teammates, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne on the Jags makes a lot of sense. The latest buzz has been Brandon Ayuk possibly going to the Jaguars. That makes sense as well. Ayuk and the 49ers aren't really on the same page. They might not want to pay him long term. And obviously, the Jags need a true number one guy, losing Calvin Ridley to the Titans in a surprising signing. So with that being the case, if Ayuk goes to the Jags, which I did a video on as well, a discussion video, how I love that fit even better than I love Tee Higgins going there. Higgins needs somewhere to go as well. Tennessee, where he's from, that's off the table. They have D Hopkins still. They brought in, really, as I said earlier. I'm really loving the Cardinals. The Cardinals, to me, make a lot of sense. Team need, scheme fit, and also present and for the future. So looking at the Cardinals roster, their receiving depth the depth is there as far as people, but the talent isn't quite there. The main two guys I like a lot right now, main three I guess, Michael Wilson and Greg Dortch and Zach Pascal. They also added Chris Moore from Tennessee this offseason. That's cool. Jeff Smith, a name you might know. And that's really about it. There's a bunch of other guys as well. No disrespect to them. They're in the league. I'm not, but no disrespect. But, they're not really going to shake the table as far as, name recognition goes. So, looking at the Cardinals' picks this year, I think the Bengals would come up very well if they were to. They already franchise tag Higgins, obviously. If the Bengals trade with the Cardinals, obviously the Cardinals have 2 first-round picks. So right now the rumor is the Cardinals want to trade out of pick 4. I think that's false. I think the Cardinals will definitely give up round 1 pick 27 from Houston they got in that trade up from last year. I definitely think they'll trade that pick for Tee Higgins. That may be more. I'm not going to go through the full details of a potential trade. I'm not really sure the exact value of Tee Higgins, a late first rounder. That should make sense. Maybe plus a third or fourth. Which the Cardinals do have multiple round 3 picks, as in 3. Pick 66, pick 71, and pick 90. So they have that plethora of options for this year and also for future picks as well to trade for Tee Higgins. So in my head, how I see it, sometime now or during the draft, obviously before the first round pick is the first round starts, the Cardinals trade round 1 pick 27 plus a third or a fourth or whatever that they can work out with the Bengals. They trade that for Tee Higgins, and then round 1 pick 4 that they have, they keep that pick obviously, and they're gonna get either Malik Neighbors or they're gonna get Marvin Harrison Jr. Bring those 2 stud wide receivers in, and that changes the whole dynamic, the entire offense, the entire receiving room, the entire outlook of the Kyler Murray-led Arizona Cardinals offense will change drastically, bringing in 2 big boys. Higgins, 6'2" and up, 6'3" and up. Harrison or 6'3", pushing 6'4", some around that line. Malik Labor is no small fry. Roma Dunze, no small fry either. Average, pretty good average size, 6 foot, 6'1", if I'm not mistaken. So any of those guys make sense, but I really love them getting Marvin Harrison Jr. It's looking like, to me, honestly, 1 through 3 will be quarterbacks in whatever order. Obviously, the main order right now is 1 set in stone as being Caleb Williams. I've been seeing news about Jaden Daniels to the Commanders. Could be smoke, could be real. The Commanders trading away Sam Howell kind of makes me feel like they're going to get Drake May, because the rumor is, not rumor, but they are very close friends, and Drake May and Sam Howell. But then again, in Cliff Kingsbury's scheme, I know Drake May can run, has some mobility to him, but I do like Daniels better for Kingsbury's scheme. So we'll see how everything shakes out. But I think the quarterback, will go 1, 2, and 3 this year's draft. So number 4, the Arizona Cardinals will have the first non-quarterback off this list. Now, there is possibility the Vikings, who have pick 11, pick 23, trade up, but I don't see the Cardinals keep doing that. If to turn down the top, like I said earlier, if you can get Marvin Harrison at pick 4, and then you parlay that with pick 27 and other picks, they have a buku bucks. They have a chest load of picks for this year and next year, especially this year though. If they can parlay Marvin Harrison at pick 4 and then parlay that with Tee Higgins, bruh, the Cardinals offense is back on track. 2 studs plus Michael Wilson or Greg Dortch, in the slot. The O-line is okay, still work in progress. They cut their left tackle, Humphreys, but they brought in Jonah Williams, who's okay, not the biggest fan of. But O-line is pretty decent. Will Hernandez still there. Paris Johnson on the right tackle, so pretty decent. Tight end spot, Troy McBride, I like a lot. They just got my guy Desmond Ridder. I am a Falcons fan. They got my guy Desmond Ridder to back up Kyler Murray. I do like Ridder. I know he struggled in certain moments and had some bad moments, but overall, I think he's a good young quarterback to have because Kyler could get banged up. But you have Kyler. Then in that running back room, you have DJ Dallas, James Conner, and you have Michael Carter as well, formerly of the Jets. So you have a team. A lot of defensive signings. Kind of confusing there. Weren't the best signings, but they're okay, I guess. But overall, though, if the Cardinals can get Tee Higgins, and I think the Bengals would love to get a first round, and I think the Cardinals would love to trade that pick to him because they have so many picks. Tee Higgins is definitely worth. You have to pay him as well too, but the Cardinals do have cap space to do so. But Tee Higgins is definitely worth a late round pick at pick 27, no doubt about it. That's definitely, like I said, a low end first round pick, a high end. You want to be technical as a first round pick was a high end too. Some guys who are who are on the verge of being first round talents get booted up some depending on team need, team fit. They go late in that first round. No receiver right now, maybe in that range, will be as good as Tee Higgins right away or next couple years. So Tee Higgins has star potential immediately. Marvin Harrison Jr. or Malik Neighbors or Roma Dunze has that as well. So pairing that with Kyler Murray, who the Cardinals have shown they're going to stand by as their franchise quarterback, makes sense. And then you go to the Bengals side, it makes sense as well. They have now 2 first round picks. They can either get, they can do a bunch of options, but let's just say, hypothetically, they can get Byron Murphy, the defensive tackle, and then they can also get a Brock Bowers. That would be an ideal, or maybe even, a Keon Coleman or A.D. Mitchell from Texas at the pick 27 spot, or their first round, or their first pick. I forgot what number they're actually at. But they can get an A.D. Mitchell there, and then get someone else of need at that 27th pick they'll get from the Cardinals. Plus add on another bonus pick, like I said, 3rd or 4th rounder later on this year or next year. So long story short, the Cardinals to me are creeping up as a very realistic landing spot, a very not talked about landing spot for Tee Higgins because you would think the Jags would be the main winner. As I said, the pieces and the connection is definitely there. The offensive guys, Higgins had a lot of success with Trevor Lawrence. He did an interview this offseason as well, saying 5 quarterbacks he would love to play with that aren't Joe Burrow. Trevor Lawrence was on that list, so obviously pairing him back up as Trevor Lawrence's main option to pair with Travis Etienne in that running back spot. That look like Clemson all over again, obviously. So I think that'll be great. Pairing him with Gabe Davis, pairing him with Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, and those guys. So that might be the players first option, but as I said earlier, that's my prediction as well, going Tee Higgins to the Jags. But Brandon Ayuk does make more sense. It really does. But either one, really, because Tee Higgins would be that Calvin Ridley role, deep threat, contest and catch guy, bigger wide receiver. That does make sense there. I know Tee Higgins is bigger than Calvin Ridley, but he kind of plays that same similar kind of sort of style. But Ayuk is something that the Jags don't have right now. A separator and a good route runner like that. Kirk can separate obviously fast, but not really a crisp route runner. More just a speedster, deep threat option. You can beat you everywhere. I don't know if Tee Higgins can. He can do a little bit across the middle. No sideline catches, contort his body pretty well. But I still think, and I said that during my Brandon Ayuk discussion video with him going to the Jaguars, I think he is better than Tee Higgins. Some Jags fans disagree, but I do think Ayuk right now is better than Higgins, and probably for the rest of their careers. Honestly, I don't see. I think Ayuk just has a better. Maybe just a preference thing for me, honestly, but I think Ayuk is better, But some fans think otherwise. No disrespect to them, but I think they're wrong in that aspect. I think the Jags will definitely have a better ceiling, a max ceiling, higher ceiling with Ayuk than Higgins. But Higgins with the Cardinals plus a rookie wide receiver, Neighbors, Harrison, Roma Dunze, would definitely, catapult the Cardinals as far as options and their receiving core and Kyler Murray's confidence in their receiving core, to be a lot higher than what it is now without any of those guys. So trading pick 4 to me for the Cardinals makes no sense. And then, obviously not getting a big wide receiver to pair with the rookie makes no sense either. So I don't see Ayuk going to Arizona. He seems like a more I need to win type of guy. And no disrespect to Higgins, but he's might be, and I'm saying this just off my thinking. I have no evidence of saying this, but he might be just more of a let's get this back and just go play. So, but we'll definitely see. We'll definitely see how everything shakes out. But that's it for video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.